You've seen them before, and they probably got you thinking, nah, it must be clickbait. But what if there is some truth to these claims? And if there is, that poses an even bigger question. What the heck are these guys doing to be able to accomplish this in this amount of time? Well, the person that has a similar claim in this video right here. I'm now compelled to explain to you exactly how you can achieve these results that we've achieved in this amount of time. And believe me, the formula is actually simple, a lot simpler than you expected. Let's get right into it. Many times we set sky-high expectations for Mandarin fluency, perfect accents, rapid speech, but without the right foundation laid beforehand, you'll only face frustration. Expecting to speak fluently without enough input or practice is like wanting words to just flow out of your mouth without giving your mind the right tools to work with. You have the desire, but not yet the ability. You want these statements to just come out of your mouth, but you didn't do enough input. You didn't input enough material for the mind to work with. You didn't do the tongue training for the skill of speaking faster. You didn't do the vocabulary practice so your brain knows which word to use in which context. To expect to have a level of competence that's this high without the necessary input and work done beforehand is, in my opinion, simply unrealistic. You must direct your efforts to getting the right input and the right environment, and then you realize the change of becoming the kind of person that speaks without thinking. I'm going to divide this into the do, be, and have section. Whatever thing you can't do, it's simply because you have not become the kind of person that can do it. Ability always precedes performance and excellence. Think of a baby. Can this little dude punch the punching bag? No, really, right? But what if this baby turned into this dude? Now, punching the punching bag doesn't seem so impossible after all. In the speaking world, however, for you to be able to turn from a baby to this dude, you need to learn that there is a growth process. You need to grow through different input strategies. Give your brain enough information for it to be able to let you speak fluently without hesitation. Because you're coming from a place of enrichment. You have what it takes. Fluency is always second to input. You can only achieve your end goal as this strong dude by doing the first step, which is giving yourself enough input. It's so much like this because your brain at that time already has enough material and words or phrases, if you may call them that it can work with. You must become this person through input before you even start speaking, which is the do part of the language. So for you to be able to do the speaking, you have to become the person that can speak these words. Just think about it. Have you expressed an idea in your native language before that got you thinking, well, that was well said? It's almost as if your brain managed to pull it off so well and so accurate beyond what you could have possibly thought you could achieve or been able to say. It's because it had just enough input to pull it off. People that read a lot of books will probably know what I'm speaking about. And the more enriched ways you can express your thoughts, that in of itself is tied to input. Let's picture a scene straight from nature. So a toddler takes their time to listen to the parents speak for some time, and it imitates the sounds and it gets familiar with the language culture before speaking, right? Attempting to change this order, even when we're adults, only brings frustration because it simply feels unnatural. So you have to become the person first so you can speak, which is the action part of this learning journey, and to have the goal that you want in the end, which is the having part. The B needs the right environment and material for the input. I have selected the best material that I've personally found along my journey into one course unit, but that is yet to be released in the future because I'm still fetching a lot of partnerships from universities as well as big app names, such that we bring the best experience to our subscribers. Well, if you consider to be part of that course in the future, I would ask that you subscribe and wait on to it, because we will release that information in a future video. Now, if you just need something that you can just get your hands on right now, of course, I cannot lie. In my journey, personally, I have used tons of apps out there. I've also used tons of websites. Some of them I've already released in shorts, as others I've also released in videos that I've already put on the channel before. But if you just need something that is a one-stop center for words, vocabulary, videos, news in Chinese, as well as vocabulary practice sessions, probably classes between students and teachers that you can just find in one single app and just dig deeper into learning it, then I would recommend Taoli Chinese. Even if you're starting from scratch and you just want to get an idea of what the language looks like, you can use Taoli Chinese to figure that out. And as you have noticed, these days we have AI incorporated into the learning practice. I would rather that we use it to our own advantage rather than being the sort of people that say, oh, AI is coming to replace people. I feel like it's there to help. We just need to know how to use it. So Taoli Chinese has given us the opportunity to start stepping into those waters. You will find it all in this app. Besides that, I also recommend apps like Pleco. Now, Pleco, it's mostly because of its flashcards. You can build these flashcards as well as have a dictionary where you can see how the characters are written. Every time they introduce a new word, you'll find examples in your respective language that will give you a deeper understanding of how this word is used and in under what context it can be used. Having that aside, as I explained, there is the be, do, and have. As a person that knows Mandarin in 2025, what is it about Mandarin that you're getting? What is it about the language that is beneficial to you? Well, if you're anything like me, a person from a growing economy country, especially in Africa or the Pacific countries at the moment, you probably know that if you want to get a salary close to what engineers get or people in the oil industry get, or let's say people working in these big economy sectors get, then Mandarin is definitely the language you want to be studying. And I'm not just saying that so you become a translator, even though that also brings in serious amounts of money. I'm only saying that because now China's influence has moved into these countries, and it's at a point where we can no longer refute it. I would rather you simply embrace it. Whether you have 20 degrees already, or you're probably not yet even in university, learning Mandarin is definitely going to be a plus on that CV of yours. Whether you have 20 degrees already, or you're probably not yet even in university, learning Mandarin is definitely going to be a plus on that CV of yours. So I would highly recommend that you take a step forward and start learning, because you definitely want to be part of this high, good salary. Now, besides that, there are also things like translating. For those of you that have this dream of becoming the kind of people that are called onto big seminars or big occasions to be able to translate. And you do not need to be tied to one location to do this. You literally have the ability to walk from country to country and from place to place, seminar to seminar, exposure to a lot of information, knowing how the world works, knowing different things about politics, knowing different things about people's lifestyle, people's cultures, and a lot more. Currently, the prices of a translator, depending on which kind of translation you're doing, if it's oral or written translation, are here. So you can consider, of course, these are just approximations according to research done on the market. There are people getting way higher than this, and there are people getting a little lower than this, but this is definitely the range you're looking at. And besides being a translator, I haven't even tapped on the issue of these Mandarin schools popping up each day. Now, more than ever, people need Mandarin teachers in schools. And in some schools, you'll even notice that they don't have the labor force needed. They need local teachers, people that understand the language of that particular country, but at the same time speak fluent Mandarin. So you also have a chance to teach Mandarin in your own country among the people you're used to already. And the very first step you need to take is, of course, learn the language. So there are lots of pluses that come along with learning Mandarin. For example, let's think of English. The reason why any person from anywhere around the globe would learn English besides their own native language is because English has come to a place both economically as well as politically where learning it is a plus. Think of it. You walk into a place, probably you're trying to apply for a job and you say you know English. It's definitely gonna make you stand out. And when it comes to the job sector, knowing English has become that must have written part on your CV. So that is the place I feel the Chinese has come to. Because now that China's influence is growing all over the globe, and believe me, the pace is simply mesmerizing. Now more than ever, China needs people from different countries that can speak their languages, their native languages, as well as Mandarin, to help them know better about the cultures of other countries, but to also know how to better work with them. So, of course, if you are a Chinese big boss and you're stepping into some country looking for partnerships, you would definitely put your eyes onto somebody that has an idea of what your culture looks like. But if you know more advantages, or if you've probably experienced better things after learning Mandarin or during the journey of learning it, please feel free to tell me in the comment section and let us all share these experiences. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.